What up, guys? Scrubquad here, bringing you a 2012 TNA Sacrifice review. I'm not necessarily going to go over all the matches. I'm only really going to go over the main three that I cared about, because for the most part, I haven't been following TNA as heavily as I once was, so I don't really know all the backstory to some of these matches. So the main three I'll be going over is Jeff Hardy versus Mr. Anderson, Kurt Angle versus AJ Styles, and the World Heavyweight Championship match, Rob Van Dam versus Robert Roode. So the first one is Mr. Anderson versus Jeff Hardy. Mr. Anderson was able to pick up the victory in this match. Overall, it was a good match, but the one main problem that I guess had with this match, it's not necessarily the match itself, it's more the fact that we have seen these two guys go at it before, and unfortunately we'll probably see them go at it a lot more in the future, and that's not necessarily good. It's not a bad thing because they have good chemistry with each other, but this storyline itself is almost TNA taking advantage of the phrase history is doomed to repeat itself. They're making history repeat itself, but it's not repeating itself in a good way. In the professional wrestling business, sometimes history can repeat itself in a good way, and sometimes it just could destroy a company. Now, this isn't necessarily destroying a company, but it's not benefiting their program. I think with these two men, you either have them team up together, I know they've done that before, but do that again, or you need to have them do something besides just wrestle. They need to break away, like on the mic, make some entertaining promos or in-ring segments or something like that. If they can do that, then these two men could be TNA's breakout feud. But as of this pay-per-view and as of right now, they haven't been able to do that. So maybe they'll do that in the future. Or maybe this is just setting that up. I don't really know. But for right now, they're just repeating stuff to get these two names on the card. It was a good match, though, and Mr. Anderson picked up the win, like I said earlier. Next match I'll be talking about is between Kurt Angle and AJ Styles. These are arguably the two best in-ring technicians in TNA. You got Kurt Angle, who is, people can make the case for, he's one of the best in-ring technicians to ever step in a professional wrestling ring, and you got AJ Styles, who can make his own as an in-ring technician. This was a really good match. I think it was a match of the night because they know how to work the ring so well. Obviously, Kurt Angle has his amateur background, and AJ Styles just knows what he's doing. There's no other way to put it. He knows what he's doing. So the match itself was good. Kurt Angle was able to pick up the victory with his angle lock. Now, I think matches or feuds like these with in-ring technicians will definitely help TNA, but the only problem is Kurt Angle is getting up there in age, and he probably won't be around for over 2 years. So, like jump 2 years in the future, Kurt Angle probably won't be with the company, and if he will, it won't be a big role. So you can't necessarily rely on him to work these good feuds, which he has been doing. He's definitely been giving TNA a reason to keep him around and almost keeping them alive, but you can't necessarily rely on him to do that. He's going to get injured. It's something you just can't really stop, especially with him at his age. He's in his late 30s. He may actually be in his 40s. So he definitely won't continue to be able to put these type of matches out. But this match itself was definitely the show stealer. AJ Styles, obviously TNA's homegrown talent. They need to have him do more matches like these, except win them. And then the final match I'll be talking about is the TNA World Heavyweight Championship between Robert Roode and Rob Van Dam. This match was won by Robert Roode in Rob Van Dam's, I don't want to say his traditional match, but a match that he's better at in a ladder match. Now, the thing I don't really like about this match is that Robert Roode won. Now, I'm not hating on Robert Roode, but he has held the title, I want to say he's held the title for all of 2012, and like a month or two at the end of 2011. So he's held this title for a good, probably half a year. And that's not a bad thing, but it's almost kind of like pointing in the direction that TNA doesn't really have faith in anyone else to take that title and go with it. And then for Rob Van Dam, was this his last big pay-per-view match in TNA? I think if they really would have shown that they wanted him back after his contract ends, they would have had him win this match. They decided to do otherwise. So will Rob Van Dam leave when his contract expires? I want to say his contract expires in August, or at the end of 2012. Maybe that's in like the November time frame, somewhere in those last like 4 or 5 months of 2012. Rob Van Dam's contract expires. So will he jump back over to WWE, where WWE will use him the right way because they know how to play his strengths and make his weaknesses stronger for the fans. So for TNA, this pay-per-view itself was good. It wasn't bad, but if they really want to keep up competition, or what they call competition, with WWE, they're gonna need to start having pay-per-views that are like incredible, with incredible matches, or like incredible in-ring promos or segments before matches, and that'll help them boost their ratings, and pretty much just make their product look better. That's something in the Attitude Era and the Battle, Monday Night War with WCW, WWE did a lot of those things. They had good promos, they had good matches. Obviously, the one promo that everyone really looks back on, which also happens to be in WWE's opening segment for television, was the Austin 316 promo. Now, TNA definitely should not do that same promo because that would just make them look even worse. But they need to do something like that, something controversial that makes people want to watch their product. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that if they do something controversial, it'll be good, but I think they're at a point where they've been around for 10 years now, or coming up on 10 years. They need to take a chance and do something big, and they haven't really done that yet. They've kind of been playing conservative, but I think, and hopefully in the near future, they will start doing a little bit more controversial things. So thank you guys for watching. I know I only really covered 3 matches. I apologize if you wanted to see other matches. I will put them down in the description below, and for that, I'll catch you guys later.